Uh, in space, far, far away, a boy navigates life. Hi, my name is Ian. I'm from Kenya. I don't agree with video games. I think it's brain rot and the poor excuse for replacing social activity. It is like alcohol, should never participate. Uh, yep. That's what Zybot sounded like uh, back in 1990 two probably. And so to start out my story, because I'll just not my story but my history. So forget story. I'm doing this as an improv. My history. Um, yeah, that's pretty sad. Uh, so to start out my history, I grew up in Kenya, and uh, I traveled to America when I was 9 years old. I was in Kenya from age 2 to age 9, and then visited. My family visited America. So, and that was my first introduction. That was my first time I saw a video game. I saw my father play Street Fighter 2 in an arcade, and so uh that's Kenya. Well, that's Kenya. Um, and that's a picture of my youth. So, anyway, I was, that's the real size of this. Well, that's the size of the sun in Kenya. So, uh, I, um, that's me on the very left. But anyway, uh, so, not to get sidetracked with this, I'm just gonna leave it there. So, um, I was in America when I was 9 years old, and I saw my father play Street Fighter 2, and for some reason, it was like an addiction, and I started playing Street Fighter 2. My family traveled around America uh, in a vehicle, in a car, and visited my family and I with me, not and I, but with me, and I, not with me, but and I, visited. So it's and I. So I visited 49 states. And I played a lot of video games. I shouldn't say too many video games. I played a lot of Street Fighter 2, and I was addicted. Uh, and then my family, I not my family, but I moved back to Kenya at 10 year when at 10 years old. I moved back to Kenya, and lived there until 16, and visited the city sometimes, and lived about 8 hour drive from the city, so I could not visit often, and I played the arcades there. Not played, I was addicted to the arcades there, and when I got older, I wanted my own addiction So I got something and was addicted and came to the States and got into 16. I came to the States and got into well, I didn't have any social uh, because where I grew up, uh, it was very different than America. So I got into uh, computer gaming, and I was an addict, uh, and was an addict all the way until I went to college, and then throughout my college, I was an addict and would stay up all night playing video games. And when I got to college, I would be sleeping all day, playing video games all night and all day if I could. Um, and it was just my only way to have uh, well, I was addicted, so I was getting um, uh, uh, you know, exposure to social confusion, um, which is the only way to say it, in computers. And I was addicted for many, many years. And it stopped when I was about 30, 38 years old. So from 9 years old to 38 years old, I was an addict. Uh, and sometimes I would, not as sometimes, but when I was left to my own, but when I was left by myself, I would game for 30 plus hours at a time every day. Um, and uh, I, so that stopped. And at 38 years old, I uh, did not have any more addiction to video to computers, and yeah. So just remembering that prior life. It just sounds weird, but that's anyway. Uh, so uh, I found a lot of confusion, um, which I replaced any social in a weird country, with weird people around me, with not around me, but with weird people. Um, so I guess I'm just happy I'm not an addict, and thinking about it, uh, it just so to just read this again. I don't agree with video games. I think it's brain rots and a poor excuse for replacing social activity. It is like alcohol, should never participate. Um, so besides being an addict to video games, I had a really good childhood. Not because my family was not abusive. Not well, I shouldn't say that. Not because my family wasn't what was uh, doing the right stuff, doing what they should be doing if they were normal people. Not normal people, but just if they were not abused, not doing absolute um, craziness, being religious people and Marines, ex-Marines. So, uh, but anyway, I don't want to talk about my family. Uh, so please disregard what I've said about them, and I don't want to edit that out. So I'm not going to edit that out. Not that I don't want to. I want to, but I'm not going to. And uh, about video games. Well, I've lived. I lived a life that was a good life. Besides video games when I was younger, and uh, I'm still living, but I lived a good. I had a good childhood. Um, that's what I'm. You know, and I spent a lot of time in Kenya. Uh, being Kenyan, and uh, it's just basically pain coming to America when I going to America, when not coming to America, but going to America when I was young, um, and has been pain ever since. Um, so I'm thinking of traveling internationally, and trying to get enough money to travel to Kenya next month. Um, and the title of this video is or well not is but is going to be something about video games, but I'm through talking about that, and now I'm just going to talk about uh, what I'm doing. And so I am going to go to Kenya if I can, and live there for a while, and then figure things out from there. So uh so I hope that whoever is watching this got something out of my video, and stay away from okay, thanks.